The Aam Aadmi Party has been jolted in Delhi after senior leader and Rajya Sabha member of Parliament Raghav Chadha joined the BJP with 7 other former Aam Aadmi Party MPs. The Aam Aadmi Party has moved the Rajya Sabha chairman seeking a disqualification of all 7 MPs, but that is unlikely since the criteria of 2/3 of the party merging has been made clear. But the impact of Delhi's political earthquake is most likely to be felt in Punjab. Both Raghav Chadha and Sandeep Pathak were key figures in the Aam Aadmi Party's campaign in the 2022 elections. Their exit is significant with Punjab elections less than a year away. Here's the role that they played in the elections, and then of course we'll also get to our guests who are going to shed more light as to what does this really mean for the Aam Aadmi Party that seems to find itself in a major flux. So what was Raghav Chadha's role in the Aam Aadmi Party? Well, he was appointed Punjab co-in-charge in 2020, according to a lot of sources. Of late, Raghav Chadha was also responsible for, in fact, running Punjab, designed campaigns, messaging, selected candidates and managed organizational strategy is what was on his portfolio as one of the founding members of the Aam Aadmi Party. The impact 2022 results 92 seats. 2017, 20 seats in Punjab, and this is of course a huge victory for the Aam Aadmi Party, which ended up forming the government in Punjab in 2022 as well, with 42% of the votes, and this was all attributed to the strategies which were laid down and implemented by Raghav Chadha. On-point candidate selection, in fact, he was responsible for picking up Lap Singh Ugoke, who defeated Charanjit Singh Channi, who was the Chief Minister of Punjab at that point in time. He used to work at a mobile repair shop, and this was exactly the drill that was given to him by Arvind Kejriwal as well, to pick up people who were in fact really Aam Aadmis, really the common man who would represent the people of Punjab in the Punjab elections. Another big wig, the Shiromani Akali Dal President and former Chief Minister Sukhbir Singh Badal was defeated by Jagdeep Kamboj Goldie. He was an AAP Punjab youth wing leader. He was of course a giant killer over here. More so for what Raghav Chadha did, he was known as the Super CM, led an advisory panel for Punjab government. Like I said in my opening remark, that a lot of people said that he was busy running the government of Punjab. Okay. What was Mr. Pathak's role? Another turncoat for the Aam Aadmi Party. He was in charge of Punjab for the 2022 campaign. He was extremely close to Arvind Kejriwal, known as the silent mastermind for his role in party's rise in the state of Punjab. Built a data-driven grassroots network to power the campaign, which eventually was responsible for the Aam Aadmi Party winning the Punjab elections. Focused on surveys, ground planning and booth level organization, a role which is extremely important in campaigning and elections. Appointed National General Secretary in 2022 and member of Political Affairs Committee as well. So as you can see, these people were not just ordinary members of the Aam Aadmi Party. They were pivotal, instrumental in fact giving the Aam Aadmi Party that that national identity which Arvind Kejriwal has been hungry for ever since he came into power in New Delhi. Well, let's talk about this with Rajalakshmi Joshi, political analyst. Mr. Nikhil Jain, political analyst, also joins us on the broadcast to talk about this. Nikhil, I'll start with you. Well, this is huge, right? Raghav Chadha, the blue-eyed boy for the Aam Aadmi Party, somebody who had criticized the BJP just a few months ago, calling them unpad gundas, is now part of the Bharatiya Janata Party. What do you think were his compulsions, to change his heart and change his mind? There is also a theory floating around that since he was in charge of the Delhi Jal Board, a number of discrepancies and fraudulent activities which happened under his watch were being used by agencies to basically arm twist him into looking towards the Bharatiya Janata Party. Nikhil.
if I'm not mistaken, the year 2024, when there was some sort of raids that were carried out in connection to a supposed scam in the Delhi Jal board, of which he was the vice chairman. A couple of arrests were made, and this was at a time when I think Sanjay Singh was about to go to jail, Kejriwal was about to go to jail, Satyendra Singh already had been in jail. From that point onwards, you notice a deafening silence from Raghav Chadha, whether it was the good parts of the party, like Arvind Kejriwal getting discharged in the liquor case matter, or the bad parts of the party, that the leader of the party is going to jail. Raghav Chadha was by and large missing. Of course, he was doing his social media business in terms of going to the parliament, getting reels cut of walking to the stairs of the parliament, and raising the kind of issues which, honestly, in a country like ours, don't really have much public impact beyond the social media clutter that they can create, right? So Raghav has not really been with the Aam Aadmi Party in the past 1 or 2 years, and his move to the BJP is not all surprising to me. I think all of us expected it. Of course, there is that angle that he had perhaps indulged in some financial irregularities in the Delhi Jal board while he was heading it, and that is what the BJP used to arm twist him. Then you look at Ashok Mittal, the second gentleman who's left, who was actually made the deputy leader of the Rajya Sabha for the Aam Aadmi Party just days after Raghav Chadha was removed from that post, and that gentleman also happens to own the lovely professional university in Punjab. His premises, his university were raided by the ED, and 15 days later, we have him going through the Dhobi Ghat and landing up at the BJP. What is really striking and surprising for me is Sandeep Pathak. Sandeep Pathak is a general secretary organization for the Aam Aadmi Party. Some would say he is probably the most, he at one point of time, he was the most powerful man in the party right after Arvind Kejriwal, perhaps at par with Sanjay Singh and Manish Sisodia, and more powerful than even a Raghav Chadha. How does this Sandeep Pathak go from being Kejriwal's eyes and ears and brains and campaign head and this and that to the BJP? I really don't understand. Raghav is very clearly an opportunist. We've all been seeing that since the past 2 years. But how does Sandeep Pathak move in? So I think it sort of is a two-edged go. It's a coin with two sides. One side is the BJP misusing agencies, giving financial inducements and all of that to people from other political parties to jump ship. But there's also this element that Arvind Kejriwal is the kind of leader who's never been able to hold flock with the top leaders in his party, whether it was it were the founding members like Mr. Khaitan, Yogendra Yadav, Prashant Bhushan, Kumar Vishwas, Alka Lamba, Shazia Ilmi, or whether it is people who grew to positions of power along the way, whether it was a Kailash Gehlot or Rajendra Pal Gautam, or now more importantly, Mr. Raghav Chadha and Sandeep Pathak. This is a big hit for the Aam Aadmi Party, but I think this is also a part of their own doing. The fact that Kejriwal wants to run a one-man army, there is no internal democracy in the party, and anybody, कोई भी सड़क से संसद 2 मिनट में चला जाता है और संसद से सड़क पे 2 मिनट पे आ जाता है. And I don't think that's how a democratic party in a democratic country should function.
Okay. Rajalakshmi Joshi, what are you picking up from this event that has transpired with the Aam Aadmi Party? Was it the right decision by Raghav Chadha to get into the BJP? Obviously, his political fortunes may change if he continues to be attached to a party like the Bharatiya Janata Party. But the fact of the matter is, or rather the big question is, can he be trusted now by any party?
Hello, Vineet, and that is a very interesting question. We had this discussion some days back when Mr. Raghav Chadha was removed as the Aam Aadmi Party leader in the Rajya Sabha. And at that time, it did come as a shock to many, but then there were definitely some signs of it a few days ago. I mean, a few months ago, it did start with some small rifts and his defeating silence, I would say. So, but then I would say that the question right now is not about Mr. Raghav Chadha, but it is more about Mr. Arvind Kejriwal and his inability to hold on to his leaders. You have rightly said that he is somehow not able to hold on to his leaders, or in fact, the fact of the matter is that the Aam Aadmi Party was not just a brainchild of one person, but there were so many co-founders, and all of them were very prominent people. Or equals, you may say. So it was not as if, contrary to what Mr. Arvind Kejriwal claims, that they were nobodies and I created them. So to tell you very frankly, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal was a nobody before he joined hands with Anna Hazare, or rather, he grew in his shadows. He went on his shoulders to be able to become, who he is today. And then he had very vehemently said that I am never ever going to come into politics. I will never create a political party. Then he said, I will never take an official bungalow. I will never take an official car. All of those things were there. So, if one has to play audio tapes or videotapes, there are a lot of videotapes of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal going exactly against his own words, or rather eating up his own words, or whatever you may say. So there are definitely a lot of U-turns in Mr. Arvind Kejriwal's journey. So after that, now the way I see it is that these differences between Mr. Raghav Chadha and Arvind Kejriwal seem to have stemmed, say, maybe a couple of years ago, from the time around when the liquor scam controversy was in full steam, and when he was being arrested, and around that time, it does look like
but they've been
Mr. Raghav
exonerated.
Chadha knew a lot.
They've been exonerated in that policy, right? So I mean, any sort of distrust or friction stemming out of that really shouldn't have contributed to Raghav Chadha making this decision. But Raghav Chadha has made his first attack on Kejriwal as well, claiming that the Sheesh Mahal controversy played a major role in the party's defeat in Delhi assembly elections. This came after the BJP released images claiming to be of Kejriwal's new residence. Chadha used these images to question how AAP workers would respond to this new scrutiny. The Aam Aadmi Party has responded and claimed that these photos were downloaded from Pinterest and are being used to pose a false image of Kejriwal being corrupt. Let's in fact listen it.
आज दिल्ली में शीश महल पार्ट 2 बनकर आया है, कंस्ट्रक्ट हुआ है, और उसकी कुछ तस्वीरें सामने आई हैं। जब पहला वाला शीश महल बना था, उसकी वजह से मेरा ये मानना है कि आम आदमी पार्टी की छवि तार-तार हुई थी। और अगर सबसे बड़ा कारण दिल्ली चुनाव हारने का कुछ था, आम आदमी पार्टी की हार का जो मुख्य कारण था, उसमें वो शीश महल था। लेकिन आज दिल्ली चुनाव समाप्त हुए 1 साल भी अभी पूरा नहीं हुआ और शीश महल पार्ट 2 बन के सामने आ गया और बड़ी आलीशान बना है, उसकी तस्वीरें कुछ सामने आई हैं। तो मुझे लगता है आम आदमी पार्टी को इन तमाम विषयों पर चिंतन करना चाहिए और न जाने अब कैसे आम आदमी पार्टी के अभी भी जो बचे कुचे भले कार्यकर्ता रह गए हैं, वो कैसे जवाब देंगे गली मोहल्लों में लोगों से। जब लोग शीश महल के बारे में उनसे सवाल पूछेंगे तो आम आदमी पार्टी को उस पर आत्मचिंतन करना चाहिए और उस पर विचार करना चाहिए।
निखिल, are you of the opinion that there was ostracization of Raghav Chadha that also took place within the Aam Aadmi Party since he stopped fitting that mold of being an Aam Aadmi Party, wearing 40,000 rupees shirts and attending the Wimbledon by paying 35 lakh rupees for a corporate box is no place for an Aam Aadmi from India. So obviously it cannot be entirely the Aam Aadmi Party's fault or Arvind Kejriwal's fault that Raghav Chadha was ostracized in a sense.
No, Vineet, I don't think that sort of ostracizing, whatever distancing that the Aam Aadmi Party did with Mr. Chadha, I don't think that began before Mr. Chadha distancing himself, number one. Number two, so far as this point about Mr. Chadha being, started flaunting a flamboyant lifestyle is concerned, I think that is pretty much every politician. Many politicians come around saying, "मैं गरीब घर से आता हूँ," लेकिन they wear a 2 lakh pair of sunglasses. I don't want to name, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, but Nikhil, his party's name is Aam Aadmi Party. His party's name is Aam Aadmi Party. You have to do some things for optics, right?
But I don't think they actually do. Beyond Kejriwal showing up to every place in a pair of slippers, I don't think there is nothing ordinary that Mr. Kejriwal himself does. Now, I am not for one to, help the BJP in the Sheesh Mahal controversy. I think that was a ridiculous controversy. You look at the house or official residence of any chief minister in the country or any prime minister, they are flamboyant, they are luxurious, and I really don't see a problem with that. You are the head of government or the head of state. It is fine for I don't see it as Arvind Kejriwal's house or Narendra Modi's house. I see it as the chief minister of Delhi's house, as the prime minister of Delhi's house. it's perfectly kosher for it to be luxurious and flamboyant and this and that. So far as the other things that are, the point about hypocrisy in the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, look at Mr. Kejriwal. He used to say, I'm not going to take a sarkari gadi, and now he roams around with a cavalcade with God knows 30, 40 cars, including like 4 or 5 MG Gloucesters, which I think costs about ₹500 crore. He used to say that I'm not going to take a government bungalow. Look at him getting government bungalow. So I don't think that Mr. Chadda getting a flamboyant lifestyle had any problems with the Aam Aadmi Party. Ashok Mittal, who is he? The two Guptas, ND Gupta and Sushil Gupta, who were brought in as Rajya Sabha members, who were they? They're all people who have universities, chains of schools, industrialists, people who have hundreds and thousands of crores. I don't think that was the point. The point was that Mr. Chadda wanted to play it too safe. He was not willing to take the kind of risks that a Satyendra Jain or a Sanjay Singh or a Manish Sisodiya or a Mr. Kejriwal himself were willing to take. The risk of going to jail.
Yeah, but okay, let's good you brought up some of the other people as well. Let's talk about Mr. Mittal as well, Nikhil and Rajalakshmi, that he's the owner of the lovely university, and obviously he's somebody with deep pockets. I think 14th was the day when Raghav Chadha was removed as the deputy leader from the Aam Aadmi Party, and Mr. Mittal was appointed instead of him on the 14th of April, and 15th lovely university offices were raided by the ED. Right. So how do you look at these set of events, Rajalakshmi, that brought a smile to your face?
Vineet, since we are talking about conspiracy theories, let me also.
This is no conspiracy. This is not a conspiracy. This is. How is it a conspiracy? It's there on record. It's there on record. This happened.
Yes.
I'm just giving you a background to these turncoats and what happened.
Yes. So. I'll also give you a twist to all of this.
No. First, you have to answer my question, Rajalakshmi. I won't let you say anything else unless you answer my question.
Yeah. What is the mood question? Vinay?
What do you think of these set of events? Was that responsible for Mr. Mittal, who in fact appreciated Mr. Kejriwal on the 14th of April, said there is no better human like him, right? And was demolishing Raghav Chadda's reputation, is now standing with him right next to Nitin Nabeen a few days later as a member of the Bharatiya Janata Party. What could have happened?
Vineet, I was trying to come exactly at that. See, obviously, these raids, they do happen on tip-offs. So we don't know who tipped off the ED. So I'm just trying to understand. There are a whole lot of things. Like, for example, today, not today, rather yesterday, in the just a few hours before Mr. Ashok Mittal, he switches over to the BJP. Mr. Arvind Kejriwal tweets saying that I have now taken possession of the official bungalow that I was allotted to by the government. So you know that these things don't happen in a day, and it is too much of a coincidence.
That's exactly my point. It's too much of a coincidence. That's exactly my point. It's too much of a coincidence.
Yes. So what I'm trying to hint at here is, we could also look at it as maybe somebody tipped off the ED, and that is how.
Rajalakshmi, the ED is a very Rajalakshmi, the ED is a very sophisticated organization. They do not need to be tipped off like the special cell or the CBI by informants on the streets. Nikhil, I'm going to ask you the same question. How would you describe these set of events?
No,
one second, Rajalakshmi. One second, Rajalakshmi. I want to pick Nikhil's brain on this as well, and then I'll come to you with another question.
Vineet, I think maybe in 2023 a scam was uncovered by the Enforcement Directorate and other central investigative agencies and the Delhi Jal Board. Maybe they thought that they should arrest a particular political leader. Maybe I think somebody from the BJP, perhaps a union minister, reached out to somebody whose name ends, whose initials are R and C. Maybe that person decided to betray his party. Maybe that person decided to distance himself when his own political leader was being arrested. Maybe that person in this budget session of the parliament decided that he should jump ship to the BJP. Maybe the BJP decided that it is better for that person to currently stay in the Aam Aadmi Party and cause troubles to them. Maybe that person suggested, listen, there is this person who has a university and I'm sure he must have some black money, you should raid him. And maybe then that person whose initials are R and C tried to get a person whose initials are A and M into the BJP, and maybe the ED raided, and maybe everybody joined. I don't know why Rajal.
But
Rajalakshmi,
Rajalakshmi, you know,
Rajalakshmi, you and I, and neither nor the viewers. I think none of us are that naive. Everybody knows what has happened. Correlation is causation here.
Rajalakshmi, there is a seventh member. Rajalakshmi, there's a seventh member. I think his name is Mr. Gupta, who's in the US currently. Raghav Chadha has also promised that he will have this gentleman join the Bharatiya Janata Party as well. Should these sureties be taken seriously by the Bharatiya Janata Party, and what will become of the MLAs who are responsible for sending these people to the Rajya Sabha? I understand this is constitutional in nature, but there is an element of, there's an undemocratic element to this as well.
Yes, very true, Vinit. Now, just because I heard a whole lot of maybes, so I was just saying that maybe there is some other conspiracy as well in the reason as to why Mr. Ashok Mittal decided to change sides so abruptly. Since we're all talking about maybes now, because the moot point is, see, there are people like Mr. Sandeep Pathak. There is absolutely no maybe, or you cannot give any other such conspiracy theory about Mr. Sandeep Pathak as to maybe this happened because of which he has jumped ship. Other than the fact that Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, he runs his ship like a very autocratic leader, or maybe a boss, you could say. And you're very right about how this thing about flaunting. Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, he roams around like a chaprasi only when it is in public. When he goes to Switzerland or when he goes to watch a movie, the scene is something completely different. So all the things that are here, this all perception being created, Vinit. So there is this perception that.
Okay, we have to wrap up, but I want Nikhil to come in now. Nikhil, you wanted to make a point quickly, please.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that, so on the point of Mr. Sandeep Pathak, you might remember that what are the allegations in the liquor scam, whether it is allegations by the BJP or other opposition parties against the Aam Aadmi Party or even the CBI. The allegations are that money was taken from certain people who wanted liquor store contracts in Delhi, and that money was diverted to Goa to fund the elections. Now, if indeed that is what happened, and that is the rumor and the belief in the political circles that is indeed what happened, then Durgesh Pathak definitely would have to be involved in the movement of the money, given his post as a general secretary organization of the party. I'm not saying he pocketed any money in his own pocket, but he definitely would have had a role in the movement of the money, and the ED could have very well done.
Okay,
So
all
that's
right. Fair enough. I think we've had a great conversation. Rajalakshmi Joshi, Nikhil, appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much. We take a short break now. We'll be right back.